Hey, Father Taylor here. Today is Thursday, May 22nd, and it feels like fall. I'm almost expecting to look out the windows and see that the three colors are changing. Maybe it's early spring, but it's cold, rainy, yuck. Anyway, hey, thank you so much for all the stuff that you have done over the last couple of weeks. We've been very busy, both with programs. We've had some very emotional burial services. We've been doing a variety of other work. We just came through a really great service with our kids, and we had a great tapestry service. And this week is a pause. It's always great to be able to get a little bit of a pause. And maybe in the pause, you will find yourself saying, I wonder how God would like me to connect with them this summer. That's a great question to ask. But for right now, we're just going to take a pause, take a breath. I do want to let you know that a couple of things have been going on behind the scenes. One, it appears that we are moving step by step in the process of getting towards selling the 18 Maple Street house. We have been cleared by the diocese. We have that straightened out. We are now finishing up the pieces of having the new survey filed at the town. We're just about, I don't know, a couple hours away, I think, from getting all those details finalized. And we have made a selection of a realtor after a bit of a search, and we took a look at three. We had them all look through the property. We had them all use the inspection that we had. We talked to them briefly about what our goals were, and we had them give us appraisals and then ask us, and then we asked them how they would sell it and what their suggestions were and what would they charge and what would their percentage be. So on the basis of all that information, we have chosen one. The next pieces will be to finalize the kind of cleanup, sweeping of the house. There's a few last items that we have to get rid of, and we'll be doing that. Next question will be coming up. It will be, since we're selling also that old garage, of which we have stuff that we haven't used for years from the pumpkin patch, but we do have some equipment that we use, like snow blowers and a few other pieces of equipment. We're going to be moving ahead at some point shortly with where are we going to store that. You'll remember that we talked about having a new shed, one that would be built and placed on the edge of the property up closer to the supplementary parking area. So we're going to have to start getting some work on that, but we're going to be moving ahead on that shortly. So we continue to pray that God will guide us and make us aware of things we need to be aware of, and go ahead and get this house sold. And that would be the right kind of person working out the details. So that's going on. Also, you remember that we have been working on our side, and a person has been working on her side to develop an after-school program for our church. We're still targeting the first day of school for next year. It's a very involved process, and we've learned a lot that we didn't know about our responsibilities and what we have to do. So we've been working hard on that. She's been working hard on getting the license, for her program, which is a very, it's not just like, hey, we get some dates and we fix up the room. It's pretty complicated. It comes straight out of the Office of Early Childhood Education for Connecticut. So she's doing all the heavy lifting. There are a lot of expenses that I don't think any of us realized were involved, but we're moving ahead. In that moving ahead, we've been working on a facility agreement, not necessarily a lease at this point, but a facility agreement that will protect both the church and her interests. And in that realm, we are also going to have to ask the town for an exemption. But although we were a church, if we were to run a program, let's put it this way, if we were to run our own program of some sort, we are already correct for zoning, but to have a after-school program, particularly one that's brought in that's not a religious education program, that requires an exemption from the town, which requires a town meeting, and that looks like it's coming in June. So we're making all the applications, but it's been a lot of work behind the scenes. So anyway, so just ask your prayers for both around the sale of the house and around the continued progress for the after school program. The one item I really need help on, I need help, well, our church needs help, is Memorial Day. We are one of the featured locations after Memorial Day. All of Terriffill shows up. If you've ever been here Memorial Day for about an hour, 2 hours after the parade, this place is packed. And we do that as part of our strategy for how do we meet and greet people? How do we break down barriers between people and church? How do we make people feel like we're a place, a community that is really welcoming and wants to get to know them? Well, Memorial Day is one of them, and so, but we need help. I will say that, of course, we have the folks that are always behind the scenes on these kinds of events. I call it La Valley Incorporated. They're all super involved, but Manda's running the show, and she has only had, that's right, one person say, "Hey, I'd like to volunteer." And so thank you, Sharon Gerard, who every year, how about this? Talk about serving hearts. She rearranges her vacation schedule so she can be available here on a Memorial Day. And I think her forte is that she's in that booth with all the hot dogs. So we need people working grills. We need people to help set up a couple of small tents. We need people just carrying ice. We need people to help with games. We need a lot of help. And it's really just for part of the day on Monday, Memorial Day. So I'm asking you to consider coming in for a couple of hours, coming in for an hour, coming in for half an hour. I mean, think about that. Come into the church, work a half an hour, help out, and that would go a long way to making the load a lot lighter. Okay, so we're continuing to worship. I'm still thinking about that service last week with the kids coming forward with all the pieces that are for communion, and then the way they were so focused on getting those crosses around their necks and receiving communion. So just continue to pray for those families, and what a joy that was for all of us. But looking forward to this weekend as we get ready to worship the Lord on Sunday morning at 8 and 9:15. Both would be great times to invite a friend of yours to come to church. All right. Thanks so much for all your help. We continue to pray and work together as we are part of God's mission. So see you this weekend.